Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's you! I love you! When did you get here? Welcome! Welcome to another custom map for the game Cities Skylines 2. Brought to you by me, the one they keep calling Ancient Swan, because that's what his mother tattooed across his forehead at birth, so that she would never forget the name of her mistake. She was a wise thinker, that woman. And yes, this is another wee map based around another wee bit of our past, another city long gone from human history. Shall we begin? Okay, good idea, let's do exactly that. Once upon a time, in the misty annals of ancient Egypt, there existed a bustling port city known by two names, Thonis to the Egyptians and Heraclion to the Greeks. This was a vibrant hub at the mouth of the Nile River, where ships from distant lands docked, merchants haggled, and the scent of salt water hung heavy in the air. Why salt water? We'll get to that, you'll see. The legendary beginnings of Thonis go back as early as the 12th century BC, and it is mentioned by ancient Greek historians. Its importance grew particularly during the waning days of the pharaohs. The city is mentioned by many chroniclers in antiquity, including Herodotus, who wrote that the city was visited by Paris and Helen of Troy before the Trojan War began. Thonis was originally built on some adjoining islands in the Nile Delta. It was intersected by canals with a number of harbours and anchorages. Its wharves, temples and tower houses were linked by ferries, bridges and pontoons. By the late period, this city had become Egypt's main port for international trade and collection of taxes. Over time, the city was weakened by a combination of earthquakes, tsunamis and rising sea levels. At the end of the 2nd century BC, during a severe earthquake, the ground on which the central island of Heracleion was built finally succumbed to soil liquefaction. The hard clay turned rapidly into a liquid, and the buildings collapsed into the water. A few residents stayed on during the Roman era and the beginning of Arab rule. But by the end of the 8th century AD, what was left of the city had sunk beneath the sea. The ruins of Heracleion Thonis now rest 30 feet underwater, 2.5 kilometers off the Egyptian coast. What's left of the city? Well, divers found coins, pottery and jaw-dropping statues. But here's the twist. The statues are doing jazz hands. Poseidon himself choreographed their aquatic dance routines. As per literally every single time, this map was made to reimagine a bit of history. How would it look today if Heracleion had never sank beneath the waves? Would it still be one of Egypt's greatest cities? If you also need to know, then you can grab the free map from the link in the description below. Before I let you in on the secrets of map information, I must also remind you that my wife is watching, as she usually does, with those evil eyes and threatening steak knife. She's telling me to let you know that for each one of you who doesn't subscribe, my wife burns something from my wardrobe. There's not much left in there, and there's no point in me buying more clothes if she's just going to set them on fire. At this rate, by Monday, I'll just have to live naked. On the bright side, though, at least it's keeping the house warm and saving money. It is a bit smoky in here, though. Clothes don't burn very cleanly. But as long as I stick my head out the window, I think I'll probably survive. So anyway, that's what my wife does to punish me for your not subscribing. I don't like it. I'm not amused. I have no t-shirts left and my nipples are so cold they could cut glass. Please help. Now, onto that lovely map information. Do you want some? Yeah, baby, of course you do. Climate, -5 to 35 degrees Celsius buildable area, 52% outside connections. Road, rail, sea, air, power, natural resources. Wheat, 144 square kilometers. Forest, 149 kilotons, or 92.5 kilotons. Oil, 96.6 kilotons. Terrain, flat. Very flat. Anyhow, ladies and gents, it is my utmost pleasure to bring an end to it all. And not in a cataclysmic way, but more just in the way that this video ends because the end is nigh. And nigh is now. I'm out. Peace, love and Heracleion Thonis. Good. Bye.